We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com. And most importantly, friends, SidescrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey. Happy Thursday to you, friends. Man, we got a banger of a show. Breaking news right before we went live. Tons of stuff to talk about with you guys. Very excited to share the news with you today and just to hang out for the next couple hours. Joining me today, as always, straight from Guam, Trans Hats Matter, Blabs.
It's Blabs Hat Lives Matter. That's what we're going with, and I wore this honestly just for Kirsha. So
Oh yeah?
I did. I even said it backstage. I was like, "This is just for you, bro."
With your big gay hat.
It's not gay. It's literally Disney Stitch. You see that?
That makes it incredibly gay.
I don't want to hear anything about being gay with in your words. You know, you all like, we're here, we're queer. Like,
Get over it. Hey,
you make
Kirsha.
me sad.
Kirsha, is Blabs hat gay?
I think hashtag trans hats matter, honestly.
This is true.
I'm glad I can have this symbol of hope with me in the Coochie tunnels under Vietnam.
The Coochie tunnels.
Yeah, right. they're the network of tunnels that the military used.
Yeah, I
during the
know that,
war.
but they were called Coochie.
Well, I mean, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong because I pronounce everything wrong, but yes, that's how it's spelled.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I Google this, it's gonna be incredibly wrong, so I'm not going to.
It's like CU space CHI, and I think like the U has like a weird squiggle on it because it's a special character.
Well, everyone head to your coochie tunnels. It's time. Total side note, Kirsha, I want to let you know.
Oh, it's pronounced Kachi.
Kachi! See, I knew I was pronouncing it wrong.
They say it's KUH space CHI. That's how AI Overview Gemini's saying it's pronounced.
Okay.
Kachi.
Yeah,
I'm
sounds
still
good.
going to call them the Coochie tunnels.
Yeah, the coochie tunnels it is.
The
Sounds
Coochie?
So, Kirsha, I need to let you know something. I did not tell you this, but it's important to be fully transparent with you.
Oh.
After last show, the last time you were on, my mom said that was the dirtiest show I've ever heard in my life.
And the thing was, it wasn't even that bad. We've had Alex on, so like it really wasn't that bad in consideration.
Maybe his mom didn't watch the Alex show.
Yeah, I don't think she saw with the foot ussy and all that stuff.
Yeah, because they're like, really?
She goes, "Who was that you had on the show? It was so dirty. I had a hard time." I said, "Mom, you don't need to listen to the show." She said, "I do need to listen to the show." I said, "Well, it's Kirsha. She's been on a million times. She's great. I love her." You know. So, anyways, just letting you know, you have that badge of honor.
You've scarred Craig's mom.
I'm sorry, Craig's mom.
Hi, Mama. Great to see you today. Well, we'll try to top that in some way, shape, or form today.
Oh my God.
We'll see how it goes.
My Meme and Pepe watch my stream sometimes, and they're just like, "We love supporting you, but you know, sometimes the things that come out of your mouth, you know, we just gotta turn the volume down."
Meme and Pepe, is that like your grandma and grandpa?
Yeah, my dad's side. It's my grandma and grandpa.
I've never heard Meme and Pepe before. That's cute.
Yeah, it's French, but I can't pronounce things correctly, so I think it's supposed to be like Memer and Pepper. But
oh yeah, Mare and Pear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Because I have on my side of the family, I have a French relative, and they called their grandparents Mare and Pear. So now that makes sense. Here we go. I'm getting it. It's all coming together.
We're getting it.
Let's go. Family lineage time here on Side Scrollers. Let's go. All right. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Join the 117,000 just normal men who have found common sense in the video game and entertainment space in this crazy ass world. We are here ready to go. Also, hit the thumbs up button. We'd really appreciate that, as you know, there's a direct correlation between the thumbs up button being pressed and people finding the show as we go along. Thank you, Blabs. What a great job on that. Also, man, I'll tell you what. Over the last 6 weeks or so, we've been doing some more or less a free preview of Blabs versus Nerd Duel, and those will continue here on the channel all the way through mid-May. You'll still be able to find those, but that preview is winding down. The season 1 preview is winding down with both Blabs versus and Nerd Duel, so you'll be able to find those on Side Scrollers Plus after season 1 of those shows. So you guys make sure over and check out sidescrollersplus.com and join us over there. But with all that said, we are returning back to our normal programming over here on the YouTubes, and you'll be able to find clips of the show on a regular basis. Looking forward to sharing those with you guys again after we moved away for about a month or so, 6 weeks, just to kind of give you guys a taste and let that Nerd Duel and Blabs versus breathe. So I'll tell you this: we've recorded several Blabs versus, and if you thought they were fun now, I'm gonna tell you right now, we haven't even scratched the fucking surface, because Blabs is a savant of death. Like, I've never seen somebody come up with creative ways to die in video games like Blabs. It's spectacular.
Yeah, so. I'm finding all the discoveries. I'm basically, honestly, if you want to learn all these different ways to die in certain video games, watch Plus, because I am discovering life. You're welcome.
You gotta use that dumb ways to die.
That's basically me.
That is, yes, that we might as well rename the series as Dumb Ways to Die with Blabs, right? It is spectacular. Anyways, so lots of good stuff going over on Side Scrollers Plus. In addition, if you'd like to support us, you can. You can also support this crazy Fox lady in the middle of the screen right here by joining Side Scrollers Plus and using promo code Fox Lady. One word. Me. You can join, and you will directly support Kirsha over there. So looking forward to you joining us over there, and we'll have more stuff to announce here in the future, which is great. With that said, we do have a lot going on over there. It's the best place to support us. We hope you do. We do have our Montez goal up today. It is a little bit different today. We're going 10-20 super chats. That's 10 oranges today. So let's see how that goes. Always like to try things out. Nothing's ever permanent on this show. Always in fluctuations. Let's see what happens. We'll see. Let's just, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But let's do our best to get to Montez, because we do have, Kirsha, now 15 different Montezes.
Ooh, are there new ones since I was last here?
Yes, we have some from Double Dragon. We have one from Earthbound. We have one from Kirby. We have one from Ninja Turtles. We have one from Wario Land. We have one from a game called Growl. We have all of the Montezes. So.
Okay, but I have a question. How come Montez is getting the dragon dildo?
What?
Well, you said Double Dragon, and so that made me think of like the bad dragon, the toys. So,
sorry, Mom. Appreciate that. Double Dragon being the arcade beat 'em up, Kirsha, not the not the bad dragon thing that you're thinking of. So.
I guess that makes a bit more sense.
Yeah. It's video games and entertainment. But yeah, here we are. Anyways, glad everybody's with us today. Okay, so with all that said, we always like to start the show with Today in Gaming History. So Blabs, what do we got today?
Okie dokies, everyone. Happy May 1st, by the way. So like a pinch in the punch for the first in a month. But Kirby's Dream Land 2 was released in 1995. We have Super Famicom Wars released in Japan in 1998. And then Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind released in 2002, making it 23 years old today. And everyone is geriatric. Yay!
That box art for the Kirby game is so cute.
It is like a little cute son of a bitch riding like a little hamster or something. You know? Yeah. That's
like the
nice.
bird is cute, the fish is cute. Like, it's just adorable.
It's very happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
Kirby's a great franchise for Nintendo that's very underutilized. Like, I've always loved the idea of transformation in video games, whether it's Mega Man or Kirby, just like taking somebody else's powers and making it your own. I've always loved that. And the Kirby games have held up really well. They're super fun. But some noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs. Obviously, you mentioned, well, you did not mention golf on the Nintendo Entertainment
Yeah,
System.
but like maybe tomorrow has something to do with golf. Spoilers.
But today in gaming history is golf, Blabs.
Yeah, so there's something else related to golf tomorrow. So take your
Yeah,
golf.
but who cares about golf in general?
Ah, what are you doing?
I'm looking. Sorry.
Why?
How
Just-
how could you spoil us?
Yeah,
Spoilers
you know the
for
guys
tomorrow.
on Plus, they always make predictions about what I'm gonna put in gaming history, and you just ruined their whole entire prediction thing.
well, no, I gave him the answer. I didn't ruin it. I helped him.
That's
There you
not
go.
how it works, Craig.
Some noticeable games that you did miss today.
Sure, go
Blabs.
on.
Yes, include X-Men Origins Wolverine. This
Did I
game
really
was
miss it though?
this game was crazy bloody.
Oh, I see
Crazy.
my game.
What's that?
Terra. I was the Terra ambassador. I was paid to play that game for like 2 years, and I
Nice.
played it since release, so I was filled with thick knowledge.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. Hold on, Blabs. Mario Golf World Tour
Right.
was released today.
That says Japan. Can you read, bro?
Are you fire? We gonna be spicy today, Blabs? Is this what we're
Yeah,
doing?
because listen, I put the one for tomorrow for North American release. Okay?
We trying to get spicy here?
I'm
All
already
right,
spicy. I'm always spicy.
I'm
can't
gonna contact Vice and have them write a hit piece on Blabs.
That's right.
That's right. Go for it. Woman with an
Like-
attitude problem.
Coming soon. We'll embrace it and monetize the shit out of that. It'll be great. I can't believe you didn't include Beat Saber. The pretty
I
much
was
the
afraid of clicking on it, to be honest. I was like, is this a game for Kirsha or what?
It does have weird connotations, but
What a weird name.
you've never heard of Beat Saber before, Blabs?
No.
Really?
That's
Really?
kind of impressive. Even I've heard of Beat Saber.
Yeah, Beat Saber is like the only game why you would need to have VR ever. Like you seriously never heard of Beat Saber before?
No, unless like maybe I've seen it and I just didn't know the name. But I
It's
can't
like,
say I know it.
I don't know how to explain what it is, but it's like a rhythm game that you play in VR.
Oh yeah. Okay, yes, I've seen this 100%.
Yeah, this is
I didn't know it was called Beat Saber. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, it's like having a sweet ass lightsaber and
Yeah.
you know, it's like cool version of Star Wars. You know, just
I'm
fighting.
sorry, did you say
boxers
cool
there.
version of Star Wars?
Yeah, like a cool version of that.
Yeah, I agree with Craig.
Oh. See, Blabs? Anyways,
It's gonna
Look
be
at
one
this.
of those days, isn't it?
yes, it is. I love it. All right. Anyway, so there's your games that you missed today, Blabs. Congratulations.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Good. All right. Hey, give it up for Aramis, who came in with a $100 direct donation.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Says, have a great weekend, everyone. Been getting hit with the thunderstorm deluge power outage, but hey, we're here. Kirsha, after the other week fiasco, whilst you were on vacay, your haters turned me into a fan.
Oh,
You go,
hell yeah.
Fox lady person. Haha. Also, hey, Blabs. Well, hey, Aramis. Good to see you, too. Thanks for that. Look at that.
No. There we go. That's better. Hey, thanks for joining. That was for the Star Wars comment.
You got an boot Kirsha, too.
No, she's a guest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, look
I'm
at
a
that.
guest. I get privileges.
She's got special retardation privileges. It's fine.
Yay, my retard force field.
Hey, Aramis is a brand new fan of Kirsha. Look at that. See, that's the thing. All this bullshit, you will come out so much better on the other side of all this. Whether it's from Vice, fuck those guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, I'm usually very picky about people I associate with, so I'm not really worried about like losing any associates or anything. I'm pretty feeling fine about that. It's just annoying to have to deal with, especially because these people are going to probably go through like backlogs of stuff and try to take more things out of context and paint me as even worse than I am. Like Reddit is currently seething because people harassing me for months now have coined a racist nickname for me. And Reddit's like, ooh, this is what Kirscha's community calls her. And it's like, come on, man. Like, you can disagree with me, you can not like my edgy humor, but like lying about me it ruffles my feathers.
I think that's probably the most like when you see people say, well, this person in their community, right? It's like I don't have control over the 117,000 plus the millions of people who watch side scroller stuff on a day-to-day basis, right? And I said this in the previous, we talked about this last week when you weren't on, but it's not my job to police everybody in our community. And for everybody, you could say this person is a bad person. There's also somebody who gave $50,000 to charity last year or whatever. Why don't you highlight those people? Like, oh, well, that means the entire community is full of church-loving saints who go to church every Sunday and deliver food to the poor. It's like, it's very picky and choosy, and it's nonsense. So, anyways, fuck those people. We know that.
Fuck them.
That's right. Fuck them all. Mikey came in and says, all hail the Burger Queen.
I love Cheeseburger.
Oh, burgers. Okay, there you go. It is a cheeseburger.
This is like the Pink Panther with Steve Martin. Hamburger.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, thank you so much, Mikey.
American meal.
Oh, dude, let's go. The burger was something that when I was growing up. Not a big player for me. I was more like a chicken nugs guy, like at the kids' meal. But as I've gotten older, the burger has become a big player for me. Really enjoy a quality smash burger. Top tier right there.
I've been super partial to bison burgers. My grandma would buy like ground bison when I was a kid, and I found Ted Turner. Apparently he's fucking crazy. I loved learning about him, but I went to his restaurant. He had pretty fucking nice bison burgers.
Bison's really good.
Yeah.
Yum. I gotta show this one real fast because this will make Kirscha's day. So Lex over on Plus sent a meme for 5, and here is the meme. Let me remove that. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the VTubers.
Seething V-tweeters will never recover.
Yeah.
That's very cute. Thank you, dude.
Excellent. All right. Well, we do have lots to talk about today, and let's hit some of these supers before we really dig into it. Let's give it up for why Karenate, who became a brand new member over here on YouTube. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Definitely Not a Gator says, hello, Fox Lady. Tell them about the Sawa bait your detractors fell for. Craig and Blabs, you should buy a cup for your cup.
You're slightly underwater.
Okay, well.
Oh, man. So I can enable my hands. So, like, you flesh people, your hands just work, right? But I need extra machinery to make my hands work. And sometimes, that technology isn't the greatest.
That's us.
Yeah, that's you guys. My
I feel
skin
like this is
virtual.
like some Tropic Thunder bullshit. What do you mean, you people?
Your skin is different from mine, but that doesn't mean I hate you.
Hey, that's so sweet of you, Kirscha. That's a really loving way to think of things, and we appreciate that. You're so accepting and tolerant. That's good.
I'm so tolerant. But when you enable your hand tracking, sometimes when the tracking fails or you turn it off, your arms can just do crazy things. Like they can bend into pretzels. You can go into a Roman salute. And that happened to me a couple of times when I turned my tracking off or it loses it during stream. And obviously, I'll panic because like I don't want it taken out of context, and then I'll remove my model while I fix it. And my friend Sawa, she put out a clip of one of these tech issues happening, and the people who have been harassing me took this as fact, and they were just like, oh my god, Kirscha tries saying she's not a Nazi, but she has a Heil toggle. And it's like, tell me you don't watch VTubers without telling me you don't watch VTubers. That is insane. That is insane. And since they took the bait, they got mad, obviously, and Moonshine Animations, also a very dear friend of mine. He does like kit bashes with models and does stop motion animations with them. They started going after him as well. And Sawa obviously defended him, and she is an amazing voice actress, and so she can switch up her voice like nothing. It's crazy. And she likes to call Moonshine Massa Moonshine, because their joke is that, he's her master and she's a house lolly. And so she made a little clip of like talking about how he's South Korean and shit, and they got even angrier.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, You know, just from experience, the best thing you can do is just go like, "Hey, bada bing," right there, and just piss them off even more. It's so good. They're just
Yeah, I'll ask my mods if they can send me the massa clip because I laugh every time. It's so good.
Let's go. New York Giants fan, speaking of laughing, says with the joke of the day, said, "Did you hear about the Queen who was only 12 inches tall? She was a great ruler. Hey, bada bing, hey."
Sorry, I only like yardsticks.
Oh.
Tamamo came in and says, "Hey guys, any chance I can get a happy birthday? 29 today, just a bit older than Blabs, although thankfully more cultured thanks to my dad. She has she seen Flash Gordon or the Spaghetti Westerns?"
Flash Gordon has the same song done by Queen. I am cultured.
Yes,
Happy birthday!
Yes, happy
let's
birthday
go.
to you. Happy birthday being 27 days older than me.
Hey, let me say this. Let me say this really quick. And I would usually play Dan Bask. This may be the last time I play Dan Bask on our show because Dan Bask has ghosted me.
Yep.
I have no idea what's going on with Dan Bask. It makes me very sad.
Oh no.
But this may be the last time we hear from Dan Bask hanging out in the background. This is the only time I see him.
Happy, much happy birthday for you.
Congratulations, Tamamo. You get it. That's it. You're the last one until Dan Bask.
You should delete it from StreamYard and be like, never again.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But Dan hates me now. I don't know why. It makes me sad. Zim says, let's get some Montez goals, and I'll show you some juicy Okay, thank you, Zim.
I feel like you should call him Milky, not Josie.
Yeah, Milky's probably a better word. I agree. Pyro Rampa says, "Kirsha, I think it's time to ask the big question." Drops to one knee, reaches in pocket, pause for dramatic effect, unfurls world map. Who wins in a fight? One gorilla or 100 men? Are you going to join that conversation, Kirsha?
I mean, I feel like the gorilla would probably win if the men are unarmed, but like, if the men are armed, that gorilla's probably going down pretty quick.
Well, you think that the gorilla, if they're armed, the gorilla's going down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But if they're not, I think that gorilla's mowing through those guys like a bat out of hell, man. I think that gorilla is rolling over, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Steve's vibrator said, "Kirsha, can you talk Craig into getting Mary _ Ing?"
You almost got it right. I'm proud of you. Her name
Thank
is
you.
Mari _ En.
Oh, on the show. Her crazy vast knowledge of the Sonic games is next level. That goldfish can tell you the game and stage hearing is a millisecond of a song. Sure. Kirsha, do you like Mari _ En?
She is my favorite theme. I love her.
Okay, Blabs, let's do it. Every time would I have to say Mari _ En every time I
Yeah,
address
that's how
it?
you say her name. You can't forget the underscore.
Okay, it's like a really long time every time you want to address her. Does she have any nicknames, or is
She's the Fent princess. She loves fentanyl.
Oh,
I totally
Zorak.
just wrote down Fent Princess for comments under the guest list for Mari _ En.
all right. Zorak, thank you so much for the 20. That is spectacular. Anthony came in and says, "Yay, Kirsha, Blabs in her trans hat," and I suppose Craig is here too. Thanks, Anthony. Epsilon Sama says, "Kirsha, how did your vacation with your hubby Asmongold? How did it go with Asmongold? Did he cook his famous steaks, and did he show you your ketchup bottle?" Also,
The
Montez.
hotel I stayed at, instead of giving us ketchup packets or having like a little squishy thing to get ketchup from at the breakfast bar, they had the little baby bottles of ketchup. I was so excited. But
Dude.
also, I love the memes, right? It's hilarious that Asmon and I ended up going on vacation at the same time and came back and streamed at the same time. Like that. The rats will breed, but no, we worked on vacation together.
Jesus Christ. Convenient. Have we ever seen you two in the same place at the same time?
As they say, all VTubers are hiding their boyfriends. I just gotta hide Asmon a bit harder than others.
Mercenary says, "Oh, Foxo, the plushie is building a war cabinet. I'll send you a picture of it before the war crimes start to take place. I promise she will take over the world." Okay. Mercenary.
Thank you for buying the plush, my guy. I've loved seeing all of the pictures.
Tamamo says X-Men Origins is currently the best way to experience Wolverine in gaming. If Insomniac changes that, we will see. It may be a movie game, but it sure was fun. Yeah, man, that was a great one. Zim says Foxu days are the best days. Really keeping the show relevant every time you bounce on the screen. Sorry, Craig. Just a side piece of that point. I still love you, Blabs. I thought you. Okay, thanks.
I thought you.
There you go. You don't like my bouncing, Zim? What the fuck, dude? Come on, I thought
Truly
we were bros.
side scroll hers from this point forward. We've committed DEI on your company.
No, he said, I thought you were fired, yet here you are. No, Blabs is not fired. Sorry. Marius says, I declare that Blabs can never be fired again because she did not miss Morrowind.
Part of the contract now. Can't fire me.
That's not part of the contract. Marmalin says, love Foxu. Morrowind is still one of my favorite Elder Scrolls. There you go. Thank you so much, Marmalin. Monkey came in with a 20. Says, Kirsche needs to play Morrowind. She loved the dice-based combat. You can also say the word Enwa.
Noir.
What?
Noir.
Okay.
How do you not know how to read that, man?
Well, listen. There are times where things are said on super chats that I don't know if I can repeat or not, because if you go back, Blabs, and thank you for that, Monkey. If we go back to our conversation about Aboriginal folks in Australia,
yes.
and you were like, you can't say abos, and you're like, oh my god,
because they would literally kick your ass. But
yeah. So
look, she was trying to protect you from the crazy people.
That's right. And here's the thing: once again, there's sometimes in super chats things are worded that I just don't know if I can say or not. So there we go. So,
I learned a new slur recently from
really?
Yeah. Apparently, the man's name Sam. If you add another man's name Bo to the end of that, apparently that becomes a slur. And I think I was reading it off of like donations to the Carmelo Anthony thing, or they were saying like black people who don't agree. And my chat was just like, oh yeah, Kirsche, that's a slur, but that's a really old slur. Here's why that happened. And I was like, what?
I googled it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it has 3 definitions. One of it is a name in literature and film. In terms of martial arts, it's a mixed martial arts and sport with Soviet origins, including striking and grappling techniques. And then also is what is this? It says also a derogatory racial term and a restaurant chain.
Wait, what?
So what if you want to go, I want to go to Sambo, which is a restaurant chain. You can't do that anymore?
I mean, I guess you can. How's the restaurant not canceled?
Oh, well, Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 1981.
Oh, okay. Well,
It was a restaurant founded in 1957 in Santa Barbara, California. The story of Little Black Samba. Oh. That's funny.
The danger of not pre-reading.
Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, Blabs.
The remaining chain sold to Vicorp in 1984, and the last restaurant was renamed in Guess the Year. Guess the year, come on.
19...
No. Guess the year when everything was being renamed and everything was racist.
2020.
Yes, the last restaurant was renamed in 2020.
And what's it called now?
I don't know. What is it called now? Let me see. It just says last name. Okay, here it is. In June 2020, the name of the original Sambo sign was temporarily changed to the motto "Peace and Love" with the peace sign, not the actual word. And then it was no fucking way. Okay. In July 2020, the restaurant was officially renamed to Chad's.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, it was renamed to Chad's. You go from Sambo to Chad's.
What did they mean by this?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome. That's great.
Wow.
Oh my god.
And a restaurant in Michigan is now occupied by Big Boy.
Okay.
Big Boy.
Yeah, which is a casual dining restaurant chain in Michigan. I just thought that was funny that you went from Sambo's to being like repurchased and reoperated to Big Boy.
I like you, a big boy.
You guys want to go to Big Boy's for breakfast?
Oh my god. That's hilarious. There's so many words that are out there that mean something to somebody or offend people, and they have no idea why they're offended. They just, you can't say those words. Don't say those words. Like, I remember.
It's like, how are you supposed to know? Like, I keep getting painted as like some crazy Hitlerite particle racist, but it's like I don't even know half of these things.
Right, right. I remember. Okay, so. People talk about the insanity of everything that's going on in society and how these people are fucking Looney Tunes. The first instance I remember hearing about this actually took place on an episode of Side Strollers in like 2012, right? So this show has been going on since 2006, and it started on Screw Attack, and then I brought it back as its own thing, a couple years ago, right? But so when I was doing this show, we had a segment called the Side Strollers News Desk, and the news desk was all about like crazy things that were happening in the world and like things that were so stupid. And I remember hearing about people were upset about a Taco Tuesday because, it was like, and people were really upset that it was cultural appropriation. And I was like, there's this clip of me going off on it online, just talking about like people being upset over fucking tacos, right?
Yeah, that's really dumb.
And it was all like, white girls in college who were upset about it. It was a precursor to the time. And, but it goes back to like, there's all these things that people get offended about that you have no reason to be offended about at all, or you get offended for other people. And it's always like these little white girls in college who are the ones who are the most offended for people. Yeah. And people, it's insane. So anyways, go eat at Sambo's. I'm sorry, Chad's. Go ahead, Chad's Chicken Shack. Let's go.
I did get the link to the Sawa clip I was talking about.
Yes, I see that, and let's see what's going on here. Let's go. Even if God don't got me, I know my house lolly sour grape got me. I gotta see what's going on here.
I think the straw that broke me.
Is this real time?
Yeah. Well, no, this is a recording. So he did. Moonshine does the animations with stop motion. So he moves all of the figures and like records it and puts it together.
Okay, because I was like, wow, that's really impressive. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the straw that broke me wasn't necessarily Kirchi getting attacked, although it was stupid. It was the fact that Moonshine got attacked. I was like, what the fuck is going on? They're attacking.
They was attacking Massa. They was attacking Massa Moonshine, y'all. Can you believe that shit? I was sitting there going, he ain't even American. He South Korean and shit, y'all. All right, got so motherfucker.
Jesus, I don't even know. You know what I'm most impressed about with that? The fucking animation. That's spectacular.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's so good.
This is like spectacular.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time. He sells his figures when he makes new ones of characters as well. And when he sold my old figure, when he made my new one, it sold for a little over $10,000.
Wow. Man, that is crazy impressive. Holy shit.
He's amazing.
Wow. Good for you, man. That's spectacular. All right.
Massive. I love that arigato, motherfucker. Because it's, I don't know, the fact that he's Korean and she says Japanese is just fucking, I don't know. I'm dumb.
I feel like there's a little bit of context that we missed there, but that's okay. I really thoroughly enjoyed that.
She's a wonderful voice actress.
This is great. This is Kirship. Can you give me an intense and in-depth analysis of the India-Pakistan situation with possibility of atomic exchange? Kidding. We've gotten Kermom stories, but have the public heard when you threw Kerr brother into an oven? I'm sorry.
So my brother didn't have obviously any good male role models growing up. So when he was a child, he was very ornery, I guess is a good word to use. And he thought women were good for like beating and fucking. And like he listened to rap music, he hung around with like some sketchy people, he would like steal shit, he would like hit me, and I've been stabbed a few times. Once I got braces, he would try to punch me in the face to pop my braces off my teeth. Like he was just violent and angry and uncontrollable.
Okay, hold on, sorry, just for a quick second. Do you still have a relationship with your bro?
Yeah, my brother's amazing now. He turned his life around. Unironically,
Okay.
he a good boy now.
After all the stabbings and the hittings and whatever. So, anyways,
Yeah.
you stuffed him in an oven?
I didn't stuff him in an oven. One of the times he was upset, I don't even remember about what, but he jumped on my back and he tried strangling me from behind. And I had just kind of had enough of his shit. So I grabbed his arms and I like threw him over my shoulder and into a microwave that my mom had on the love seat for some reason. I don't remember if it was like a new microwave or if it was the old one that was replaced and it was broken or something. I don't remember. But I threw him into the microwave on the love seat, and he got a black eye, and he kind of stopped fucking with me for a bit after that, because, you know, when you take that kind of damage, you bruise your ego a bit, so.
It's a critical hit for sure. It's like,
Yeah.
and, you know, it's the old microwave on the love seat, I just love that.
Classic white trash.
Alpha Wolf says, Fox, Waifu, Blabs, and Craig are winning, and I'm rolling. I love this show. Love the truth. Love Jesus and love video games. Need to get the money for the Mustang Kirsha. Itasha still? What is that?
Itasha.
Okay.
So when you have an Itasha car, I can't remember the exact translation, but it basically is like you make your car wrapped in like a vinyl wrap, and it looks like, super giga anime nonsense. I wish I could remember what Itasha translated to, because it's like a tongue-in-cheek kind of term. Where it's like it's cringy kind of thing, but like you do it because you love it. You're cringe, but you're free.
Okay.
Oh, chat saying pain car. Thank you, chat. Pain car. I would love to see that on a Mustang, dude. That's gonna look so good. Thank you.
It says, Craig, Kirsha didn't tell you how she is a serial miller. Okay. She lures people in with snow and then tenderizes them when they get close.
We were playing Schedule 1 yesterday. That was a pretty fun drug game. And I learned that you could murder people, and so that's what I was doing. You sell them your product, you mug them to get your product and more money, and then you kill them. You could sell their meat later on.
Now we know. That's good. It's good. The little bit of context here. Thank you so much, Ember Creatine, right there. That's good. C. Thomas says, my Foxu plushie might be cursed, but she waits at my desk with a Bible and a copy of Malleus Maleficarum. I can't even read these words. Hopefully, I can summon Montez to do battle with it. Thank you so much, C. Thomas. Appreciate it.
I also have no idea what that book is, but hopefully, if you posted a picture on Twitter, I will see it.
Oh, Blabs, Harriet's here.
Oh, okay. Harriet Tubman for 5. Shit, girl, you need to lock down the Roach King, Kirsha. Slide into them DMs, redacted. Gang, Tubbs out. With
Thanks.
a face in a bathtub emoji.
I gotta
Harriet.
lock down the Roach King. I gotta get some of that like sticky paper that bugs stick to.
Oh, I have plenty of those for my plants. They're really annoying.
There we go. Salon Lynch came in and says, corrupt Craig with more cursed VTubers, fire Blabs, hire her again and enforce the dress code. # no trans hat, # do the Korsha.
Do not the Korsha.
Tamamo says, I will never get over the fact, quote, goons doesn't just mean henchmen. Thugs are bad guys anymore.
I love the goon Korsha because it is just a, henchman for a crime syndicate. Oh, it's so funny and cute.
Mark says, hello, all. Been down lately, but watching always cheers me up. People will be offended by anything. Don't let them smear you, Kirsha. You're a wonderful person. You all are wonderful people. Love you guys.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, Mark. Thanks. Land Brown Bear says, hi, Kirsha. I choke the plushie.
Yeah, you need to do it harder if you want me to feel it.
I'm out.
Oh, it's my show now! Hello, welcome to Side Scrollers! I'm Kirsha, and I only know about half of the video games that are talked about here, because I didn't own a lot of the consoles.
What the hell is she talking about?
Oh, God. Let's get everybody back in order here. DJ says Kirsha dropped her pen. She should pick it up.
What?
God dang. All right. Okay, we do see all your supers, all your direct donations. I want to read a couple real fast. Thank you for that. Oh, my gosh. I need to mention this. Why Karen Haight came in with a $100 direct donation. Jeez Louise. Says apparently YouTube does not want my money, so I have a hundo via Streamlabs. Hype for another side scrollers with Kirsha Montez.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Icarone.
Let's go. Icarone?
Icaron Hate is what I call him. I think his
okay.
name here is Nate, but he's Hate on Twitch.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate your support. Eric came in 25, says, Eric said, Kirsha and Asmongold.
Eric.
Eric said, Eric. Kirsha and Asmongold take a week off for their honeymoon, and news explodes. Eric, thank you.
Are you good, man?
I'm great. Sorry. Listen, you know I can't read. Thank you, Eric. All right. Tenarian came into the 10, says, what's everyone playing and looking forward to playing? I'm currently playing through Broken Sword series and just finished the 3rd game. And not even 20 minutes before the show. Afterwards, it's on to Claire. Oh, it's on to Expedition 33. Tenarian, thank you so much. I hear great things about
I want to play that so bad, man.
So I've been playing like a mix of games in the last week. I even played Zoo Tycoon 2, and my nephew says it was shit basically and preferred Jurassic World Evolution, so that's always fun. And I actually went back and played some Warzone and Battlefront 2 2017. Yeah. Ooh. And Apex.
I fired up Apex for the first time in a year, and I realized that I suck again.
Yeah.
So
dude, I forgot how to like heal myself, because you know you have to hit the wheel and then like whatever, and I was like, how do I do that again? And then I died before I could remember.
Rough stuff right there. Yeah.
Hey,
bro.
Oh, what the heck was that?
The fuck? Where did that come from, Blabs?
Because I saw somebody yelling in the chat before, and I was like, okay.
Hey, bro.
And you just got flashbanged by like the scream, what's that?
Delta says, hello, Kirsha. I don't watch YouTubers, but Reddit and Twitter whining every day.
You're underwater.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on.
I think you're good now.
Hello, Kirsha.
Good.
I don't
Hello.
but Reddit and Twitter whining every day about the more popular ones. Anyone with more than 2,000 subs being right-wingers makes me chuckle.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you giggling at, Blabs?
Someone thought it said ankle.
This is April.
Egg roll.
Hey, girl.
Denarian says the word abo is allowed on YouTube because besides being a slur referring to our aboriginals, it's also a German word used to refer to subscribers or subscriptions. It gets used a lot on German channels. There you go, Blabs. Hey,
yeah, but you can't use that as a defense, right? You see, one of the things that I'm in trouble for is repeating the Prime Minister of the UK's words, yeah. Keir Starmer could say that the immigration is by design and planned by politicians, but if I say it, I'm Hitler.
See, that's the issue. So I'd like to welcome all of our Abo subscribers in Germany. Welcome on out, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome. It's a pleasure to see everybody. Armis says, hey, Craig, it's great to see you, pal. Hey, Armis, thanks so much. Appreciate that. It's wonderful. And give it up like that. Blabs, I'm going to let you read this because I sure as fuck can't. This comes from Phoenix DS. I'm approving that.
No, you gotta remove the boob. Like, no, hang on. Get. There you go. Okay, I help. All right.
Please do not remove boob.
Yeah, that's well. Yeah. Okay. A Phoenix for 50 Canadian says Malleus Maleficarum, aka Hammer of Witches, a manuscript. Widely used during the time of the Inquisition in hunting the witch through Europe. Can't wait to see Kirsha play more Schedule 1. I hope I pronounced
can't
that
wait
right.
to make more BBW BJ and Lil Willie.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. We've chit-chatted for a long time, and I loved every second of it so far. But you guys come here for, well, really just us shit-talking each other. But we do have some news we got to get to because we do have some big news. That's right, April. I'm telling you, my favorite thing about that is the dum-dum at the end of it.
Oh, wait, is he saying April?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Rob Schneider from The Hot Chick when he's trying to get April's attention when he gets changed, Jessica into like Rob Schneider's character. And he's
I
like,
thought he was
"Bro!"
saying, "Hey, bro," this whole time.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Yeah, no, he's saying, "Hey, bro," as he like falls off the bleachers.
Oh my god, it makes so much sense now. I can hear the egg roll now too.
You know what my favorite thing about this? This is kind of like, remember that meme a few years ago of
Telephone where people can't hear?
No. It was either the blue dress or the yellow dress or what? Remember that a few years ago?
Yeah, like you see a blue dress, they see a white dress or whatever it is.
Right. That's what we have with this sound effect right here.
Hey, bro.
Is it hey bro, egg roll, or April? Choice is yours. Let's go. My God. Here it is, by the way. This is the clip just for your reference. Your Kirsha.
Hey, bro.
There you go. God
One of my
damn.
favorite movies.
Oh, so now it's hey bro, egg roll, or April, whichever you
Yep.
prefer. I should probably make a promo code for all those things over on Side Scroll.
We had code April. I feel like that should just be a year-round though one. Promo code April.
Right?
Oh my God.
We have the sound effect.
We do. All right, we have this as well. Peps with a $99 super chat says, yeah, it's huge. Says, hey, side scrollers. Hey, Fox Lady. Here's 100 for being cool dudes. Kirsha, I have to say, I love your laugh. It's so contagious. Lol, mucho amor, side scrollers.
Mucho amore.
There you go. Thanks,
And
Peps.
there's been people recently be like, "Oh, I hate Kirsch's laugh. It's so fake. How could anyone think she's actually laughing? And what a fake grifter bitch." I'm like, what the fuck? You can hate my laugh, but like, it's not. That's just how I sound. Like what?
At least you don't laugh like the Joker, right? So like, yeah.
There's something contagious about a wonderful laugh. Laughing is contagious, as they say. And we've been laughing our ass off this morning. It's been great. Peps, thank you again. That's extremely generous.
you.
And we're one super away from our first Montez today. Let's stink and go. All right. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. In the world of gaming media, there are a number of different outlets that have been around for a long time. We call them legacy or old media. Kotaku being one of them. Polygon has been around for well over a decade now. And I remember when Polygon actually was started by a bunch of folks from Kotaku who left. And they wanted to start a different outlet. And they did. And today we have news that Polygon has been sold to a company called ValNet here, which is interesting. And then immediately fired pretty much everybody. So here's the actual press release, which is very long, which we'll get to some of this. Is ValNet, a leading global digital publishing and media investment company, announced today that it acquired the premium gaming publication Polygon. Yes, from Vox Media. Polygon will join ValNet's robust gaming portfolio, known as the ValNet Gaming Group, which collectively reaches over 1.2 billion users annually. The acquisition, an asset deal, closed today. Okay, so there was no money that exchanged hands in this at all. They just got, that means that, well, wow, that's crazy. There's no money that exchanged hands. That means that Vox Media received equity in ValNet Gaming, stocks as they will.
Can I just say that
Yes.
the name ValNet and the way that their logo is written makes them look like an evil corporation in like a dystopian sci-fi world?
I don't disagree with you on that. It does have very what's the evil company in The Boys? I feel like that's like very on brand
Is it
with that.
Vought?
Vought, yes, I think that's right. Vought.
How did I remember that?
I don't know. It came out of nowhere. That was a good pull. Good pull. Perfectly aligned with ValNet's long-term growth strategy. Polygon will now integrate ValNet's gaming portfolio, which includes industry-leading publications like Game Rant, here we go.
Oh!
The Gamer. It's always
Extra
good.
Life.
Yes. Open Critic, Dual Shockers, and Hardcore Gaming.
I was gonna say I've never heard of Valnet, but I've heard of all of those publications.
Yes. This edition follows Valnet's recent acquisition of Fextra Life earlier this year, further strengthening its position in the gaming media. Yeah. Sounds good. It is with immense pride and gratitude we welcome Polygon into our growing family of world-class gaming brands. Hassan Youssef, CEO and founder of Valnet. The moment marks a powerful reaffirmation of our deep commitment to gaming, a space we've passionately invested in over the years. The addition of Polygon not only strengthens our blah, 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 whatever. Sounds good. They're very, very excited about this. Yes. Founded in 2012, Vox Media's portfolio. Polygon reaches a high value audience across the site, social media, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? Everybody's fired. I'm no longer with Polygon. If you're hiring, please consider the many talented writers and editors on the market. Every one of them deserves a spot on your staff. I won't be talking about the sale because I wasn't involved. Going to hang out with my kid, taking wins where I can. This is Chris Plant, who is co-host of The Besties, no longer with Polygon. Bummer for him. No real statement from Polygon over on X because guess what? They don't post on X anymore and haven't since 2023. So they saw the writing on the wall. Yeah, that's good. And that's kind of where things are at. Massive layoffs with Polygon, and nothing of value was lost at all here. We can see, Mike McWhorter. Oh, man, I've known Mike for a while. Says, had a great time working with Polygon. Please let me know if you have any cool job openings. Gone. See ya. Nicole Carpenter. I'll say more later, but I'm no longer with my job. I'm looking for work, as are so many of my amazing colleagues. I have a lot of ideas and things I'd like to write. I'm really in shock.
I mean, I feel like it's a little weird, right? Like, we're all used to media basically being owned by the same couple of companies.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that this media corp, the Valnet people, own a whole bunch of gaming journalism sites makes it a bit more like, well, all of these sites are going to circular logic cite each other when they come out with things, and we already know that they all practice, like, basically hit pieces and lying about games, lying about people. So them being all under the same umbrella isn't really going to be too surprising, and I don't expect much to change with Polygon and how they were working.
Yep. Here's the interesting thing. We see this from Pete. Says, along with just about everyone else at Polygon, I am now out of a job. Ending over a decade of Vox Media for me. Working for Polygon was a wonderful experience, and I'm proud to have worked with the work we did there. I'm looking for work as well as starting my own projects on the side. Stay tuned. So, and once again, did you notice a theme with all these journalists here?
They're in their little echo chamber of blue sky. Imagine taking anything posted on Blue Sky seriously.
Yeah. Here is the reality of this. Now comes the true test. We see this with people being laid off. We live in a landscape now where the cream rises to the top, right? If you truly are good at what you do, you have the opportunity to be successful at what you do online. There are so many ways to be successful, whether it's starting a YouTube channel, starting a Twitch account, starting one of those, you can go to Patreon or whatever and launch your own brand. And the reality is that many of these people who are writers, they are a product of the brand and not the other way around, if that makes sense. They're just a spoke in the wheel, and they can be replaced as everybody can, obviously. But if they're truly good at their job, then they will find a way to be successful at it. And that's kind of where we're at with this. I don't have a whole lot of sympathy. I hate when people lose their jobs, but at the same time, like, the writing is on the wall. We're talking about print media in the year 2025, where everybody gets their news from the same place that you posted your update on. Like, people get it from X, and apparently some people still get it from Blue Sky. So they're not going to Polygon for that.
Yeah. And I mean, even outside of that, like I was saying, when these people just write stuff that nobody wants to read, they write things within a heavily biased slant that is easily just thrashed all over X or all over any other, content creator's platform. they can't be making that much money off of these things, especially when you get people like us who are like, yeah, we'd rather use an archive of this article to not even give you that click money because you're a dirty smear merchant. So like it just, I've always maintained like I don't like seeing people like lose jobs, but sometimes they shouldn't be in that job if they keep doing the job incredibly poorly, and hopefully they'll find work elsewhere where they can't have like a cultural influence.
Hopefully, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. This is also interesting. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Let's learn here. This is also kind of breaking news as this is happening. This is from the Reddit Gaming Leaks and Rumors here that apparently a GiantBomb also says probably gone. So there's that.
Probably.
Yes. Nothing official, but some of the crew are not holding their tongues anymore. Here's what the link says. Dan Reichert held a stream tonight and goes scorched earth on fandom. In short, GiantBomb is essentially dead. Fandom wants to convert the site into guides-only content. Well, that sounds familiar, doesn't it, Blabs? Guides-only content?
It does sound very familiar. Where did we hear that from, I wonder?
Kotaku.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh. By the way, I'm looking at this Dan Reichert's Twitter, and he doesn't have anything. Just a heads up.
Well, I mean, Dan's been around in the game for a long time. I know that.
It said he went off on stream as well. So
but I was wondering if he said anything on Twitter, and the answer is no.
Mm-hmm. It says a fandom executive once asked Dan if Grand Theft Auto had a large player base. After Voidberger and Jason were fired, the GiantBomb crew found out that fandom was pocketing all the subscriber money and giving them none of it, so they stopped promoting the premium subs entirely. Dan dared fandom to fire him and will not show up to meetings tomorrow. Some GiantBomb crew may stay at GameSpot. So there we are. So they may be on the way out too. Here's the GiantBomb website right now, and there you go, right there. So, wow, this could be a true day of death.
So, an update on Dan Reichert. They said he said something while streaming. If you go to his Twitch, which I looked at, the last stream that you can visibly see is 13 days ago. So if he did stream last night, that means he went and privated it or deleted it on Twitch, which is linked in his Twitter. So, yeah.
That is interesting.
Interesting.
Well, here's the reaction from a lot of folks in the space. Frost, he used to work for what was that stupid outlet? The Escapist, and then it became then they split off. And what was that other place called, Blabs? It's not really relevant, but it started by the other guy who hates us now.
Second Wind?
Yeah, Second Wind. He left there. Well, there goes Polygon. In the end, there will just be the game journalism site that puts out the review, and it'll be a 7 out of 10. Yes. Vera came in, says the company that owns trash like the Gamer, Game Rant, Collider, CBR are buying more trash. Congrats to them, I guess.
Collect all the trash.
Yes. And you know what's crazy about this is talk about GiantBomb possibly going to guides. Well, Ryan Gilliam was the guides producer, and he's out of a job. So they're not even doing that. Yes. I write guides and do in-depth coverage of games like Destiny and more. Yoicks. So there's that.
This is just going to be, like, again, since they're all under the same umbrella now and they can just circularly reference each other when they write certain articles on things, it's going to push them all up in algorithmic searches. And when lies are told enough times, enough people are going to be gullible enough to believe them and be like, look, all of these places are saying the same thing, then it must be true. This is just like an easy way to be more influential.
Yeah, lovely.
Lovely.
And it is ironic because yesterday the Gamer put out like a hit piece on the Harry Potter fans, and like J.K. Rowling is just like, of course, it's fine. Just double down on a losing battle. It's all good.
Well, rest in peace, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry about your
Rest
loss.
in piss.
Suckers. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, start a YouTube channel. See how easy it is. It's so easy, right? It's so easy, guys.
If you look on Twitch tracker for his Twitch channel, there was a deleted stream.
Oh.
Aha! I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, I put the link in chat.
There you go. Love that. Let's check it out. Twitch tracker. Dan Reichert. That's interesting. Let's see what goes on here. I have been successfully I'm a human, as it says. Let's see, right here. There's Dan. You can see right here. Where's the deleted things? Let's see.
It says stream on April 30th to May 1st. And she said there's no VOD on his channel. So this tracks that there was a stream. And you can see on the side that there's no VOD available.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay, no clips for the stream. Fine VOD for the stream. No VOD. There we go.
Yes, he deleted it after he went wild.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting to see how that goes. All right. Well, good luck. Good luck with that, everybody. Put the fries in the bag, bro. All right. Hey, guess what? We hit our first Montez goal of the day. That's exciting. Kirsha, you get to pick, obviously. We have 15 different Montezes. How about you just pick a number between 1 and 15? And
I wanted to do one of the new ones, but I can't remember all of them.
Kirby, Earthbound, Double Dragon, Wario Land, TMNT, Ninja Turtles, and Growl. We saw Growl.
Let's do Wario Land one.
All right, this was made by World of Gaming. We have a Montez maker on Side Scrollers Plus now, and that's how these were made. So let's see.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. People make these by themselves. You can too, friends.
Bitch! Montez!
There you go. Nice first attempt there, World of Gaming. Appreciate it, man. That's awesome stuff. Love to see that. Panickin Skyfaller says, I might have said this before, you guys should get Blabs, Savvy, Kirsha to do a dedicated stream, call it Side Chicks. I do like Side Chicks, but we've talked about having Side Scroll Hers as a dedicated show for a while. Maybe we'll roll that out soon.
The Mistress Cast.
Tamamo came back and says, did someone mention Expedition 33? I'm not all that far in it, but while gamers have made me cry, my games have made me cry.
Not gamers.
I'll have to read it, please.
Jesus
Go
Christ.
home, gamer girl.
Seriously. Did someone mention Expedition 33? I'm not all that far in, but while games have made me cry on occasion before, this is the first time to manage it twice. I can't stop gushing over it. Truly extraordinary.
Oh no, I am a little bitch, and I get really emotional if the stories are good in games. Like every time I play through Xenosaga 2, I cried so much. So that is very foreboding for when I play Expedition 33 on stream, because I'm gonna get wet, man. Like no. Crying, like eyes wet. Pervs.
What? Okay.
I mean, you said it.
Yeah, you did say it. Anyways, Anthony came in with the 10, says, it's almost like the game's journos should have stuck to writing about games and stay out of politics and trashing gamers, a.k.a. their main audience. Mm-hmm. They get what they deserve.
They do get what they deserve.
Thank you, Anthony. Luigi says, talking about mainstream media, I recently went back using Twitter. I rediscovered old posts from Kotaku when they were okay and decent, 2017 and before, and I will quote these articles on Twitter and post them on Locals. Oh, yes, I changed my handle name to show my Twitter handle and to avoid any confusion to fellow Luigi's over here. Thank you, Luigi. Appreciate that. Yeah, post those. I would be great. It would be awesome to see some of these articles that they posted that now will be deemed problematic.
You know how federal workers aren't human, so it's good to celebrate when federal workers lose their jobs? Should we apply that same standard to journalists?
You know, I wouldn't really... Yes, why not? Sure, let's go. Sure. Let's go. Saint says, whatever happened to handshakes? Before it was a firm grip, but anytime I shake someone's hand now, it's weak. Montez! Strong handshake, Saint. Inquisitor Tibby says, in Schedule 1, the meth I made, I named Delta P because once it's gotcha, it's gotcha.
I still think my favorite weed name I made was Pre-Cum in Jeans.
Dirtus King says, I think side scrollers should try to get the rest of PTSD on with Moon, since animators would be neat guest with his knowledge of toy scene and other stuff he's involved with. Best roof Korean animator on YouTube. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely ask Moon if he'd want to come on.
This is spectacular animation. Zim, my God. came in with a 100 mommy milker.
That's not how you do it. Mommy milkers. There you go. I help.
Oh.
I want mommy milkies.
Why you gotta make it weird, man?
Well, like we were all doing it. I wanted to, be included. I thought we were inclusive here.
Yeah, Blabs.
What?
Mommy
don't you turn-
milkers.
Oh. You just sound like me. That's the same thing. Try again. Mommy milkers. That's better.
God, so weird. Zim, let's go. Thank you so much. Appreciate that greatly. Bike shorts, relax, chill, just stop. Okay. All right. Anyways,
Yeah, I'm about a bus. I've killed Craig. Oh no.
Wow.
I'm about the bus.
Men are simple creatures.
We are not hard to figure out. We're not. Like that's why this show has and will always work. All right. We understand. It's not that hard. Oh my God. The Deep Fryer says, how does Phantom and Valnet own anything? There's so many ads in their sites that you can't hardly read any articles. They're the worst.
True.
Thank you, Deep Fryer. And Ed says Valnet's CEO was quite an interesting fellow, accused of money laundering. His first website's names were inspired by Brazzers and ass listing, so Polygon can collaborate with Brazzers without paying.
What the hell?
All right, interesting. That is for sure interesting. Dead Pixel came in with the Euro money. Says, "Oh, great! The Seth Rogen Operator Premium Pass went live on COD today, and you can, and it can be yours for just $9.99. I'd rather give you the money. Hi, Kirsha. I can't wait for your cup and shirt to arrive.
Oh, I can't wait for things in the future as well. I'm so fucking psyched. I hope you enjoy the cup when it comes in.
That's awesome. Hey, once again, head over to, if you guys are enjoying the show, if you guys like, make sure you hit the subscribe button first and foremost. You can find Kirshawn every couple of weeks. And if you guys would like to support us, you can head over to Side Scrollers Plus, become a premium member over there. You can support Kirsha directly by using promo code FOXLADY on an annual membership. Goes great for her. It's awesome. It's awesome for us. And you support premium content. Kratos came in and says, I want to summon a new Montez. Craig, if you want to hear another audio illusion, look up Brainstorm Green Needle. I'm curious what you think it says. Blabs, see if you can find that real quick. Brainstorm Green Needle over on YouTube. Thank you so much, Kratos. Appreciate you as always. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about this this next story here, which is just silly. Kirsha, we saw a couple weeks ago when the Switch 2 was announced, they did not talk about the price of games at all. They went out of their way to not talk about the price of games. Do you recall that?
I vaguely recall that. You know, my memory's not so great.
That's true. Well, not that your memory's not great, but they
No,
did. But they did, in fact, not talk about price of games, not talk about the price of consoles. And once people started digging, they saw, holy crap, the new Donkey Kong's $80. Whoa, yeah, that's crazy. And I'm sorry, the new Mario Kart is $80. Donkey Kong was $70. I keep getting Donkey. Holy crap, the new Mario Kart is $80. And Nintendo was like, hey, this game is worth $80. It is a big game. It's worth a lot. We feel like you will be justified with this purchase if you spend $80 for this. We've got a ton of stuff. Okay, it's new. It's all this stuff. Well, people were like, look, listen, we see where this is going. People have talked about $100 video games with Grand Theft Auto, and we're getting one step closer as this morning it was announced that Microsoft is raising the prices of all Xbox Series consoles and Xbox games confirmed to hit $80 this holiday season. So the Series X, which was released 5 years ago, jumped $100 in price. So
usually older consoles like go down in price until they become giga retro. I don't understand this logic.
Well, you can see the prices right here, going from $299. And this is part of the issue. There's a million different versions of the console. It's kind of confusing for the average consumer. But the Series X $500 up to $600 here. The Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Special Edition goes up $130. The Series X Digital also up $100 from $450 to $550. And that's where we're at. And you can see the upgraded price for the Xbox Wireless Controller Limited Edition. By the way,
can you explain to me why the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 full is $200 fucking dollars? What is that?
I don't know. Blabs, see what the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 full is. Because just say, can you imagine going over to your friend's house and be like, I brought my Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 full with me. Instead of like, here's my controller. I don't know. It's just kind of silly.
Like, if it's just a controller, I could not imagine what makes it $200. Or even before the increase, what made it $180. Like, that is absurd.
Well, I mean, this is definitely, like, the excuse behind this is going to be tariffs, obviously, right? Well, it's the big bad Trump man. He made us do this, right? But they say, we understand that these changes are challenging and they were made with careful consideration, given market conditions and the rising cost of development. Looking ahead, we continue to focus on offering more ways to play more games across any screen and ensuring value to Xbox players here.
Oh my god, it is literally just a controller. Is this controller gonna, like, suck your dick and make you dinner? Because, like, $200? That is absurd.
Yes, absolutely. It will, in fact, suck your dick while you play video games.
So I found an article from the Game Rant. TLDR, it's put it simply, it says, the Xbox Elite 2 can do everything the Xbox Elite 1 does, but with more customization and additional features. Starting once again from the front of the controllers, the thumbsticks of the Elite 2 have more overhaul, allowing users to adjust the tension, blah, 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 blah. So it's like more internal mechanics.
Yeah, I want to see this
customization.
thing.
Oh, I'm going to put everything in the private chat for you.
Okay.
All I can think of, like, listening to this and looking at the controller is, you know, like a decade ago or so, where there were all those videos of, like, girlfriends getting mad at their boyfriend for spending too much time on their console, and so they would, like, destroy the console with a baseball bat or some shit. If they, like, went ahead and destroyed the console and a $200 controller, like, I'd completely understand if a murder took place. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying I would understand.
Here is the $200 controller here. It looks like a controller, but hey, Kirsha, you can play like a pro right here.
Oh my god.
Most pros, don't they just play on PC and mouse with their mouse and keyboard?
Yeah, like anytime I'm forced to play with controller players in like a MOBA or even something like an action MMO, it's always very obvious who is the controller player.
I'm
like,
curious.
it's always a joke.
I'm curious to see how many of these they've sold. You know, like, have they sold 10,000 of these, 100,000 of these? I'd be very curious. I mean, look, you get all the parts, you get the back paddles and stuff, and I don't know, interchangeable parts. Okay.
Gamers will continuously buy the sloppa. Like, they will buy so much fucking sloppa, and it's like I'm included in that as well. I've made some pretty fucking dumbass purchases before, but console people, they will buy more sloppa than, like, PC people will for whatever fucking reason. I don't understand, like, the consumer mindset, but the stuff that you can get console people to buy is just a little insane.
Speaking of buying the sloppa, Eric from Yumi in the Movie says, I have two.
Eric, you're part of the problem.
God damn it,
I
Eric.
want to know, like, if it's genuinely a good product.
I'm sure it's a great product. Yeah, I mean, you can play like a pro, Blabs. That's what it says.
Yeah, but if you're still shit, I mean, what's there to play like a pro? You know, I would never get
$300 controller.
Well, let's see the reaction of some folks, and I think Flash is probably right on with this. He says they already weren't selling. What could go wrong? Right. Xbox was viciously in third place in the console space. So let's just go and raise the price and make it harder and less appealing than everybody. Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamer says even less reasons to own the Xbox here. I think a lot of people are here. Oh no, it's Alex. Says Microsoft had one job and they fucked it up.
Like, I don't doubt that the controller is probably like it feels good to use, but there's no reason it should be $200 fucking dollars. Like zero reason. A $60 was pushing it for a controller.
Dude, like I really when it comes to like controllers and stuff, it's such a. Have you ever bought a controller? Like just going to the store and bought one before? I always whatever I get with a console, that's what I play with.
Yeah, same. I mean, I've had to replace them, so I'll buy like a replacement controller occasionally. But other than that, like, no, I've never bought any like special, crazy, super controllers.
This is my Xbox One controller. It's actually my third one because I wore out my first two actually. So the ones that came with the Xbox. But yeah, I got this one like 2 years ago. I think I bought it straight from Microsoft Online because I'm not gonna go to Walmart and pay extra. So yeah.
Synth Potato over on X says, there's literally not a single reason anyone would buy an Xbox Series X for $600. Why is the console more expensive than the PS5 when it's not as powerful and it's been underselling for years? Never seen a console that's underperforming raise its price in response.
Yeah, it's insane.
And we also saw this as well. This is a really good point. It says it's a critical blunder by them too. This is their opportunity to drop prices and undercut the competition. Become an affordable console when Sony and Nintendo are chasing the money. Instead, Microsoft does what Microsoft always does over the last decade or so and blows their opportunity. It's pretty amazing to see, man. Pretty amazing to see where this is going. And the idea, I mean, look, we get it. Things are going to start raising across the board, but there is a tremendous opportunity here. And but hey, as Microsoft says, this is an Xbox. This is everything's an Xbox, right? That's kind of the idea. So why do you need to buy a console at all? You can play all your Xbox games on your phone now or on your PC. They're making it even less logical to own an Xbox than it ever has. So I'm curious, will any of you watching right now be buying an Xbox anytime soon? Just curious. Blabs, would you go and buy an Xbox?
You do realize I own an Xbox, right? So why would I get another one?
Go buy another one. Go buy another one. It's great.
No, I have an Xbox One. I got it in like Christmas 2019. I barely use it. I literally turned it on like a couple months ago just to make sure it was working because I hadn't touched it in over 6 months. I'm like, are you good, brother? Like, you fine? You need an update? And I was like, yeah, I need an update. And then I let it update. And I was like, okay, bye. Powering down. Yeah, I didn't play on it. It holds my Nintendo Switch. It literally does. My Switch is on top of my Xbox.
Marmalin says, said it with Nintendo. I'll say it again. These prices raises only make sense if a full game releases, not a DLC and season plan partial release that we get now. But let's defend by showing 90s prices. Thanks, Marmalin. Zim came back, says Nintendo is the only console platform worth paying the raised price for. Though I do agree the price sucks. Xbox who? A bunch of fucking chodes destroyed their platform and killed their player base. Biggest mushroom stamp to those who were loyal to them. You reacted to that, Kirsha.
Oh, I cracked my neck really hard.
Oh, God. Hey, give it up for phenomenal 1156, who became a brand new Plus member over at Side Scrollers Plus. You can use promo code Plus. You can use promo code YouTube. You can use promo code FoxLady to directly support Kirsha with your Plus membership over there. Thank you so much. Phenomenal. It's awesome. Crumbs are crummy says it's like consoles are trying to self-destruct. PC will just increase market share from this, as the price of a gaming PC isn't that much more at this point, as well as Microsoft now putting all their games on Steam anyways.
Absolutely.
So much crumbs are crummy. I like your name. Bigglesworth says, Kier says she never buys a special controller, but is on day 884 of bullying Razer for her mouse. That's true. I do see your tweets.
Yeah, what is that all about?
So Razer changed the way that their Nagas were made. The original Naga had a convex thumb pad, so it was like much better for your thumb. You wouldn't misclick buttons as often. Now it's concave, and so especially if you are a person of female persuasion, and you have long fingernails, because of the curvature of the thumb pad, your nail is guaranteed to misclick buttons for you as you try to hit ones below the top rows. They also moved the buttons that were on the left side of left click that you could very easily hit with your pointer finger to directly under your palm below the scroll wheel for absolutely no reason. And I would like for them to bring back the original design of the Naga because it was just overtly superior in every way, shape, and form to the current iteration of the Naga. And as somebody who played MMOs, especially, those left side of left click buttons I would use for like instacast heals, or if I needed to do like some sort of instant ability, I didn't have to move my finger very far. And so it was just like an optimal button layout for an MMO gaming mouse. I don't know why they changed it. I don't know why they haven't made it available as like an alternate. And so I've ranted about how bad their modern Nagas are on stream a lot of the times, especially because when I was streaming the first few years, I was only an MMO player. And I told my community, if I hit Twitch partner, I will @Razor every single day until they bring back the superior layout of the Naga. And I never really expected to hit Twitch partner. And so when I did, I was like, oh, well, I guess I have to do this now. And usually I feel bad for, like, bothering people, but because I made a promise to my community, it's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna just @them every single day. And I've had a Razer representative talk to me on Discord before. I've had one hit me up in DMs on Twitter. I've had Razer Brazil notice a couple of the tweets a few times. So, like, they know that I'm doing this campaign, but it's just like, you know, I don't know how much they want to bring back the old design. And they've talked about, like, well, would you want, like, you know, other free gear? Would you want to do anything else for a sponsorship? And I'm like, nope. Don't want your sponsorship unless you bring back that mouse. That is my entire goal.
I have a question for you, Kirsha. Why not just make it yourself?
I don't know how to make mice. I have absolutely no idea. I mean, if there's somebody who, like, knows how to make mice, fucking hit me up.
maybe we can figure this out. We'll see. Maybe we can figure this out. We have a Kirsha mice built to your specifications. I think that'd be fun. Do a little business. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's like, obviously I would love it if, like, they could come out with a Naga that incorporated my branding. I know there are other streamers like Shroud who have their own, like, branded mice with other companies, but even if they didn't do anything with me, as long as they brought back that mouse design, I would be happy.
Well, figure something out. I'm gonna write that down in my little list of things to explore here. You know.
Hell yeah!
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. All right. It is written. Okay. It is also written that Drac has become a Plus member. Thank you so much. Heading over to sidescrollersplus.com, using that promo code Plus or Fox Lady to support this Fox Lady in the center. Thank you so much, Drac. Appreciate your support. Let's go. We're closing in on 500, by the way. Let's get to that 500. Let's go. Get there. And speaking of Twitch, we'll do our Burn Twitch downstream, which, Kirsha, I don't know if you know this, but we have a Twitch channel we haven't streamed to in a couple years, and we're going to do a stream over there and try to get banned as fast as we possibly can. That's the idea. So
good luck.
Good luck. Tenarian says, can we start referring to our subscribers as abos now? Just claim that you're part German. Blabs, what do you think?
I can't answer that one.
I don't know if that would even help, because, like, a lot of the people who are trying to attack me for being a literal Nazi, they're just like, we should have seen this coming. Her name was German, and if you break it down, Kirsha is very similar to the slogan Kinder Kirche Kuche or what. Some like Nazi slogan. I'm like, it's literally the German word for cherry, man. Like, I have cherries in my design. Like, again, these are people who don't watch me. The name came from Xenosaga, unironically. And they're, like, trying to break down my last name. They're like, Verstahl, Nazis like talking about steel. I'm like, what? I made it up. It's not even a real word. What are you talking about? Like, they're doing this weird dissecting of my name to prove I'm a Nazi.
Oh, people, man. Fucking outstanding. Archwizard Ryan says, hey, Fox Lady, here's a hen game. You might flip which and hold on. Hey, Fox Lady, here's a hen game you might like. Flip Witch and Sex Hen. It's a side-scrolling action game. Flip Witch and Sex Hen.
Never heard of it.
Thanks, Archwizard Ryan. Appreciate that. Just Jason says, hey, bro. It's no longer April. It's now Montez. See? There you go,
It's gonna be me.
Tenarian says, I haven't given legacy gaming sites a single click for 12 years. I still remember the day I made that decision, April 23rd, 2013. Insult the design of sorcerers from Dragon's Crown. Will you, Jason Schreier? Thank you, Tenarian. Appreciate your bravery. Let's go. Holding to your values. And he followed up, says, I'll never wish for people to get fired, but after all that crap that gaming journalists have pulled, there's not a violence small enough to make me care. Tenarian, let's go. Shiny King, great to see us. Says Austin finally got our first spring lightning storm last year. Wish we can get more than 6 per year. Also, $100 average men charging in unison would have the force of 4 trucks. Find me a gorilla that can endure the force from all sides. Human stomp easy. Oh, Shiny King, thank you for your gorilla conversation there. Tenarian came back, says, with the price hikes on games, they are now comparable to the price of some rarish PS2 games on eBay. All this is doing is making me more inclined to buy the PlayStation 2 games before prices go even further up than getting some random new game. There you go. Colgrave says, I have an Elite series, and I've had it for 5 years now. It's still kicking. The adjustable tension on sticks and ability to change the bottom out of the trigger has made it worth it. Oh, okay. Build durability like you cannot find these days. Sad to see the new price. Okay, so there's the $200. The $200 controller is apparently worth it. Thanks, Colgrave. And Tenarian came back one more time, says, an argument against Kirsch's claim that console gamers buy more slop. PC games are digital and have no resale value. They're all horse armor, and they go on about Steam sales and their backlogs. But that's coming from a mainly physical game collector.
I can agree. Physical games are definitely better. I would much rather purchase physical than digital.
All right. We do see all your super chats, direct donations, and Rumble rants, as well as all memberships who pop in over at sidescrollersplus.com. I want to get to this last story for you, Kirsha. Now, we're going to have this person on our show on Monday. Now, I was not familiar with this person until Eric from You Mean the Movies actually DM'd me, and he's like, hey, have you heard of Lunduk before? Are you familiar with Lunduk?
Yeah, he put out something, I can't even remember, I think it was an IBM story about like insiders talking about how they're changing their DEI stuff. And I love when people put out insider leaks, and then I was able to retweet that and be like, look, these people aren't changing anything. This is the Bridge Initiative. This is weasel wording. Here's how it's being weasel worded. And there was something like Robbie Starbuck taking credit for what Lunduk had been doing in regards to the IBM story.
Okay. Well, Brian Lunduk, he'll be joining us on Monday. So if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe and join us then. It's going to be great. He had this story here, and just a quick background here. He is a tech journalism with 0 ads and 0 big tech influence. We cover the big tech stories that other publications are afraid to touch. I wanted to talk about this, and I only want to watch a couple minutes of this video here. But it says, leftist extremists in open source, PewDiePie fans not allowed. PewDiePie tells his fans to install Linux. Leftist activists within open source, including prominent leaders, are declaring PewDiePie fans fascists and Nazis who are not allowed.
That's insane that people still say that about him, like, over a decade later.
So I wanted to play just like the first couple minutes of this video to kind of for a little bit of context here. And then I would love to get your impression of this. So let's see what he has to say.
A few days ago, legendary YouTuber PewDiePie, he told everyone he installed Linux. He said, I installed Linux and so should you. And he produced what was essentially a 22-minute long commercial for why you should be using Linux instead of Windows. It was a pretty good one, too. More power to him. He clearly is having a ton of fun installing and customizing his Linux machines, and he's having a great time with it. His video has been viewed now by about 4 million people over the last 3 days, so it's getting some serious traction. But what's really fascinating about this isn't that there's some YouTuber, big or small, that decided, hey, you should use Linux. That's happened before. What's fascinating is the reaction from among the leftist extremist activists within the open source world. And I'm not talking about just some fringe people. I'm talking about a whole lot of people, including prominent leaders of large Linux projects and distributions, are coming out and saying flat out, PewDiePie, you're not allowed because you're a Nazi and you're a fascist. That's what they're saying. And they're saying anyone who is coming to Linux because they saw a video by PewDiePie, they're a fascist and a Nazi too, and they're not allowed. Here's one post. Linux communities beware of PewDiePie fans, regardless of PewDiePie's personal politics, which clearly at the very least are problematic. By the way, anyone who says, oh, those views are problematic. Oh, problematic views. He says problematic things. He's a problematic person. I instantly discount the views of that person. Problematic? All right.
So before we continue, this sounds very familiar as far as, you know, in the gaming space. And Kirsha, you've dealt with this stuff, where it's just it's name calling. It's just throwing out words that have no meaning at this point. Fascist,
and even
Nazi.
this, they're just like, oh, it doesn't matter what PewDiePie himself believes. His audience are mostly fascists, and so that makes him a problem. Like, what?
Right, and that's just it. You know, it's not just him anymore. It's his audience, and we can't support that here. So.
It was like my article where they were just like, oh, one Kirsha fan is a Nazi, and it's like, well, that doesn't mean anything. Like, I'm sure there's at least one of those in a lot of people's audience. I'm sure I have communists who watch me for some reason.
Yeah, and as I said at the start of the show, I'm sure that you probably have somebody who gives a lot of money to charity or goes to Africa and helps support all the dying kids over there or whatever, does really great things. They didn't choose to write about them. They didn't choose to spotlight them. You know, not a whole lot of love right there. Let's go to continue.
He goes on to say, it's fairly well known by anyone who has been following him for any number of years that the vast majority of his fan base are enthusiastic fascists.
Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like,
It's like when they called like Matt Walsh and his fans like stochastic terrorists. Like, what? What are you doing, man?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ow. Then the Dan Foray. This guy is the leader of the Elementary OS project.
You mean Daniel Foray? Just throwing that out there. Okay.
Fairly prominent Linux distribution. He says, this right here is the thing you are going to have to recognize as a red flag. They're going to try and say, actually, you are an extremist and unreasonable, to anyone who says keep out PewDiePie. You're being gatekeepy. Why does it matter what someone's political views are? End quote. Don't allow this beep. No Nazis allowed in my bar, period. Don't care. Get the beep out. Tell your friends I said beep Nazis too. Jeez. So basically saying anyone who follows PewDiePie is a Nazi and to get out. Lots of swear words with it. Anyone who says that you shouldn't gatekeep the world of Linux is bad and should not be allowed and is probably a Nazi too. They like to repeat this Nazi bar thing. They talk about Nazi bars a lot. And what this is a general metaphor for saying, oh, if you have a location like a bar and you allow someone in who's a Nazi, pretty soon it's just going to be Nazis. That's the Nazi bar metaphor. So from their standpoint, if they feel like someone's a Nazi, you can't allow them in.
So there's a lot there. And I think that Lunduk is 100% right with a lot of this stuff, just pointing it out. And I know, look, we've been through this. You've been through this. It's just crazy to see how this is so much more than video games and the insanity in there. Pretty much all of tech. This space is surrounded and engulfed by this insanity where they just throw out words. Nazi, fascist, racist, homophobe, whatever, whatever.
They do it not only to like just silence the people that they're specifically attacking with that, but they also do it to make other people and companies afraid to associate with that person because they're like, oh, we don't want to associate with these words. We don't care if it's true or not, but people are making a fuss about it, so we don't want to associate with it. And this is a cudgel that they have been using to silence and deplatform and unperson people for well over a decade now. And it's good that some of this is starting to go away. Companies are starting to get a backbone. They're starting to realize, hey, we're actually going to get more support if we tell these people to screw off. We're going to get more support. We're going to make more money if we don't give in to these bully tactics. But it's still going to take a while for things to heal completely and for these people to lose all of this institutional power that they're used to having.
Well, I'm looking forward to having this conversation with him on Monday when he's on. He'll be joining us. Yeah, it's going to be great. And just to kind of see the spread across all sorts of media, whether it's games, entertainment, Hollywood, and freaking Linux of all things. There's activists everywhere, and I saw a chat say, and I'm sorry I didn't have it pulled up, but they said like gatekeeping is bad unless it's us, right? And that's kind of the idea. How was that drink? Was that good?
It was lost my coffee, sorry.
Oh, last year coffee, was it good? Was it good coffee?
Yeah, it's good coffee.
Let's go. All right. But yeah, that's just the thing. It's very hypocritical. Don't gatekeep unless we're doing it, right? And that's kind of what they're looking to do here. As soon as they get in the gate, they turn around and shut the door and throw the key away and say, "You're not welcome here anymore, you bigot."
Well, they take the position of like, we're not gatekeeping. We're just doing the morally correct thing by keeping Nazis out. Because yeah, just like communists are not human, obviously actual Nazis are also not human. But when you call everyone you disagree with, everyone who makes edgy jokes, everyone who dares have like a slightly right of Mao political position, when you call all of these people Nazis, you're doing a great disservice to how like actually those people are. And it seems crazy to me that anyone still takes it seriously, and it feels like we're perpetually living, in 2014.
I feel like it's offensive to, I don't know, like 6 million Jewish people who died when you call everybody Nazis. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I don't know. The whole thing is nuts. But anyways,
what if it was 8 million?
What if it's 5 million? Who knows? But just the whole idea that like the whole thing is just such a mess, and these words are thrown around. The idea that Nazi and fascist like have lost meaning is amazing. That it's overused. It's like you know, especially with like PewDiePie, like dude's like living his best life right now. He's got a wife, a kid, just hanging out, doing his thing. Yeah, it's fucking killing it, man. Nuts. Panic and Skyfaller came and says VTuber girls like Kirsha get hate, ridicule, made fun of. But after meeting some IRL, I've come to understand behind the VTuber girl on screen, they're actually pretty cool dudes. JK.
It's all right. My dick's bigger than yours because it's made out of glass.
Right. Ed says, panel, did you hear about the retardation button Blizzard made? No. You can now play the game with one button. Your raid leader can tell you not to play if you can't keep up with the AI rotation. No, I have not.
That's
heard
hilarious.
Oh my God. Okay, the first time I remember this happening was actually in Mario about a decade or so ago, where if you died too many times in the Mario game, they would give you like super power-ups, and they would guide you through the level. And then at any point, if you wanted to play, you could pick the controller back up and play. It's so amazing that games have become this idea of, well, if you can't hang, we'll just play the game for you, and it's all right. It's crazy to me.
I think that's a good filter metric, though, right? Like, if you're a raid leader and you're like, all right, I want decent people at the game to play. If you can't keep up with the AI rotation, get the fuck out.
Marvelin says, a Kermausch that will assist in war crimes? Aim assist right there. As we all know, it's never a war crime the first time.
Hell yeah.
Bigglesworth says, slam wads of cash on table. One Foxu mouse, please. Marksman of 117B says, a primatologist spoke on 100 men versus gorilla. He said, what's wrong with everyone? You could win with 30 to 40 men unarmed. We've overestimated gorillas, or the jungle cow, as he explained. So we march. All right. Tyler came in and says, Redditors claim that Kirsha is a Yahtzee, but they proudly support Hassan Piker, who he and his fans have said unsavory things about the tiny hats. Support Kirsha and Yellow Flash by buying their merch.
it is insanity to like be on the side of like, yeah, you know, some of these people say that they support, you know, like the specific terrorist groups, not even just like Palestine, and then they also in the same breath want to say I am anti-Semitic. Please make it make sense. I don't understand.
Zenit came in and says the bar thing comes from them using the paradox of tolerance as justification for intolerance, which ironically means we can be intolerant of them justifiably. But try to tell them that.
And they always scream about like, oh, I thought you guys were against this kind of thing, and it's like, yeah, I'll defend innocent people, but if you guys are going on like a cancellation campaign, you deserve everything that comes back at you.
Game Hunter Sirius says, I used to play on PCs. I have 3 younger sisters. They destroyed countless PCs over the years. My gaming setup was completely, I guess, lost when I was in college one day. To this day, I'm rebuilding my PC. Montez!
How did you destroy countless PCs?
That's a really good question. Like, what the fuck were your sisters doing that time? That's crazy. Delta says, Craig, you've done business stuff. When Microsoft says they carefully planned for this, is it just all 3 companies using the same analytics? I'm just surprised Microsoft couldn't add in a half a year of free Game Pass with some of their outdated consoles. Yeah, they see an opportunity here, and they're like, oh, well, Nintendo raised it. Nintendo was the first, so tariffs and Nintendo and stuff. So then, yeah, but here's the reality that nobody wants to talk about when it comes to Microsoft stuff. They are trying to get out of the console business. That's why everything is an Xbox, right? That's why your phone's an Xbox, your PC's an Xbox, everything's an Xbox. So they don't have to make any more Xboxes. They see that you no longer need that console, and they want to make games available to everybody because they can make more money that way. Because by having a console with the games that Microsoft sells, they don't have mega strong IPs. I mean, obviously they do, but not with emotional attachment like Nintendo does. Nintendo owns their IPs. They dominate with their IPs, as we talked about many, many times. But Microsoft has learned that if they just put it out everywhere, they can sell more games. And they don't have to worry about hardware development. That sounds fucking brilliant to me. They're just going to get out of it. So.
I saw someone in chat say Blabs has the loudest keyboard. Actually, that's me. Oh, hold on a second.
I actually can outdo her, though. We all know that one.
Give it a go. Let's see.
My mechanical keyboard is too loud that it deafens my ears sometimes. I'm like, I can't hear what I'm writing and like what I'm listening to. So yeah.
Let's hear it, Blabs. Pretty good.
That's pretty good. I like the clicky clackies. I just have long nails, so mine gets even louder.
Who has the louder keyboard? Poll in the chat. Blabs?
I actually did not like the loudness of my keyboard. If I knew it was this loud, I would not have bought it, but I did. So now I'm stuck with it until it dies.
Well, we got a new poll in the chat. You guys go crazy. Curious. Tenarian says,
what about yours?
Mine? Super silent. Here we go.
It is pretty quiet.
Here we go. Let's
go on Google and start typing in a URL.
Okay, hold on. Let me do that real fast here.
That way you don't actually ruin anything.
Can you hear it?
It's very soft.
Yeah, it's very quiet in comparison.
Let's go on the winner. All right. Tenarian says Kirsha, Cherry, is just one letter away from Kirsche, which means church. We're just a bunch of
church.
We're just a bunch of God-fearing, peace-loving, normal men of the people. Let's go, Tenarian. Video Gamer 25 Blabs came in with a $50.25 direct donation. Says titties for the greatest waifu. Wanted to say thanks to Craig/Blabs/Flash for defending Cure when she was on vacation last week. Truly sad that a legit news site editor wouldn't let the crap hit piece be published. You're a good person, Cure. Never changed.
Thank you.
You know it. Tenarian says all these people calling all these people calling Nazis and fascists is mainly a U.S. and EU thing. I had an Asian American girl here in the Faroe Islands tell me my white privilege was showing. I didn't even know what she meant at the time, so I checked if my fly was open. Let's go scenario. But bada boom.
Well, speaking of the whole fascism stuff, so I keep tabs of Emma Watson, aka Hermione Granger, and she hasn't said anything recently, right? She's been pretty hush-hush. But then she goes and puts out this message this morning on Instagram saying, to the person who said they like me best when I'm not ranting about politics, I like me best when I'm fighting, when I'm not ignoring fascism.
Pull that up real quick. That's
She did it on a story, so those disappeared, but I screen grabbed it and put it on Twitter.
Post it.
There it is.
There you go. Wow, what a stud.
Isn't she like just full of shit? Like you had nothing before you made Harry Potter, and then you just go and crap all over it, and you call yourself a feminist? Like you're full of shit, woman. Yeah.
We played this yesterday, but I don't know. I don't think Kier saw it. I would love to show you the stand-up that we looked up yesterday on. I want to see if I can pull this up really fast because this was really freaking funny. Blabs, see if you can pull that up really quick. We showed it yesterday on the show. It should be up
the lady stand-up thing?
Yeah, the lady stand-up right here. Dan says, yeah, I bought an expensive controller for my brother-in-law for Christmas. He loves it. It's too bad. I missed out buying one for myself. I got a standard controller. That's all I needed. There you go, Dan. Ed says Microsoft can sell Xbox to Valnet and make it the sex box. Have the same scene be have the home scene be Brazzers. This will turn most gamers off. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate that. Ian says Craig's not in the poll because he types as well as he reads. Fuck off, Ian. Commodore Fan says Linux nerd here. The elementary OS dev wants the right for not agreeing with them on crazy leftist issues. I won't touch the disto with a 100-foot pole. Thanks, Commodore Fan. Mac came in says, you never negotiate with social terrorists. They will never be happy, and they will always purity spiral. Terrorism hasn't changed, and it's the favorite tactic of the left. Placebo Shotgun says, don't even need to make a full mouse. Naga side panels are swappable. Just make a convex one.
I mean, for sure, but I don't really like the swappable panels. I know they made them because a lot of people are like, yeah, I like MOBAs. Let's make a MOBA mouse. But fucking, I just use my MMO mouse for MOBAs. I don't need like a special thumb pad for it, man.
There you go. Sorry, Lord Brown Bear. Appreciate that. Your support. Frost, thank you very much. And Commodore Fan. Yes, I agree with you there. All right, Blabs, did you have that video?
Yep.
Let's see.
All right, ready to go.
Talking about Kamala, we almost had a female president. It wasn't close.
Yeah.
But we almost had one. And people always say, female president is good. Because a female president would never start a war, right? When was the last time a woman started a fight? Never. I think a female president will start a war on other country, but the other country will have to guess what they did wrong. A female president will start a war on other country over something they did wrong 5 years ago. You know what you did, Zimbabwe? I think a female president will start a war on other country because this country was talking to another country behind her back in her dreams. I had so much hate from this joke. People were like, you are not a feminist. No, I am a feminist. I had a daughter and I kept her.
It's pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking funny. What'd you think of that?
I haven't seen much stand-up. I watched some old stand-up recently, so it's,
Stand-up is a lost art these days.
Very much so.
Themo. The Moose Nugget came in. listen, these are words without capitalization in them. So thank you so much, Moose Nugget. It says with the $25 direct donation, says, good day. Do you think Xbox, given the price discomfort, will go the way of Sega or long? I doubt Nintendo will. Too large. Thank you for your time. Yes, I do think that Xbox will pull out of the console race and just make everything the Xbox. There's still going to be a publisher of stuff, but yeah, they will be much better off than Sega is long term, because Sega didn't have the infrastructure or the IPs that they do. So
Can I share my screen?
Yes.
I found some news. Lethal Weapon 5 is moving forward at Warner Brothers, starring Rachel Zegler and Cynthia Erivo as Riggs and Morta's daughters, and will be titled Lethal Weapons.
Is this real? Is this real life? Are
Is
you
this real,
what?
man? This can't be real. Can you imagine?
That's gotta be fake, right? That's gotta be a troll, right?
I hope it's real, man. I hope it's real.
There's no way. There's no way. I refuse to believe.
I hope it's so real. It's probably really fake, but I was just like, no way. I hope it does so well if it's real.
Is there an article for it, or is it just like some random person on Twitter?
I can't even find it on Google, so I'm pretty sure it's fake. But
Thank God.
Can you imagine Rachel Zegler and Cynthia Erivo together?
Don't scare me like that, Blabs. What's wrong with you?
Okay. Yeah.
He's like,
Well, no, I'm over here trying to find proof of this right here.
It's not real.
Like, I'm okay, because that would have, like I said, I would have slowly just tied the noose around my neck and just jumped off that balcony over here. So,
I'm sure their voices combined would be a fantastic song, but the rest of it would be shit.
oh my gosh, it's just unreal. I'm glad that is not real. All right, we have Supas to get to. So let's go get to some of those. We do have, stick around. We got a lot more going on. And a quick reminder, if you guys get any value out of our show, head to Side Scrollers Plus, use promo code FoxLady, support her. You can support us by not using a promo code or using promo code Plus. Give it a try if you want. But use promo code FoxLady on an annual membership, and you support us and Kirsha, which is great. We are closing in on our second Montez goal of the day. We can get there with just 3 more yellow supers. And yeah, and on top of that, we have a premiere of the 5th episode of Nerd Duel featuring an old friend of the show, Adam Krigler, who is in this episode. So make sure you guys tune in for that. If you're watching on YouTube, you literally don't need to go anywhere. We will redirect the stream to go there. So with that said, Blabs, we have supers. Let's get to them.
Okie dokies. Mac for 5 says, you never negotiate with social terrorists. They will never be happy and they'll always purity spiral. Terrorism hasn't changed and it's the favorite tactic of the left. Thumb Ugly. What an avatar says, rather than a mouse, you all seen the Azeron Cyborg 2? It's a gaming keypad that looks like it's from Cyberpunk. Hail Alex Jones, anime's counterpart, 07.
They're putting me in the internet tubes to turn the men gay.
The Monolith says, real gamers use God's chosen systems, Temple OS.
Oh boy.
Miku says, no, the war gets started when the period happens. Ew. Inquisitor Tibby says, at the same time, the rules of engagement have changed. What's prevent normal everyday people from using the same tactics the left use? People's morals?
Pretty much, because if you try to do the same thing they do, then you look like a bad person for some reason, you know?
Jonathan, member for 30 months, says, seeing the price hikes, urinating tree was right on his video years ago. There needs to be a reset in the video game industry.
I think we're in the middle of it, yeah.
Game Hunter Serious says, anime pitch, Asmongold takes Kirsha out on a date, pushes Kirsha out of the way from a car. Asmongold wakes up as the villainous Rachel Zegler. Only woman who loves Asmon can see his spirit. Montez. Ew, Kirsha loves Rachel.
I hate you. I was into it until you said Rachel Zegler, man.
Nice. Anyway, American Patriot says, Kirsha and Asmongold can no longer take vacations. The VTuber world went insane.
True.
Ian says, there's also rumor that Mel Gibson will direct Lethal Weapon 5. I would love him to work with Zegler and Area, but can you imagine? Now!
The underwater Blabs.
Mr. Malonkley says, blanket calling everyone a Yahtzee. These people are Kool-Aid drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
Cold Acid says, seen another Chubo play Flip Witch. It's a hentai game where you keep changing gender to get through puzzles. I'm mine.
Oh.
Tua Igneous says, speaking of hiding boyfriends, Cinder should have hit her boyfriend manager better. Kirsha would get this joke.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend much time on the Cinder drama. Just like she did some really backstabby things, and I feel bad for the VTubers who thought she was a friend.
Nova says, I love Nagas, only for their left-handed mouse that no one makes them. Someone please make a left-handed mouse. We lefty need love too.
Blabs, why was that so funny?
Because
what was so funny about that, Blabs? I don't
nothing.
understand.
Ed says, I guess in the sales of Marathon will be amazing on Xbox. I'm sure PC will save Bungie. Oh, yes. Spark says, the price is too high, but that controller is great. Ruins you for other controllers. Wondering, by the way, if Naga Pro comes back, would you pay $200?
That's way too much for a mouse, dude. The last time I bought a Naga, it was still like $80, which is expensive for a mouse regardless.
Aided says, I bought the Elite because I could customize the colors, and yes, Foxwoman, I use it on my PC.
Ugh.
Omega says, reminder, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 launched at $45 USD. More money doesn't equal more quality. I agree. Lord Balda says, so Microsoft announced their earnings report that their hardware revenue was down 5%. Next day, they upped the console price. Shocking. Yeah, isn't it? They're really smart over there. Luigi says, they're not even problematic. They're just articles focused on just gaming movies, anime without the politics and shit of nowadays. Please follow at Skeptic Luigi. Anthony says, Expedition 33 is the best FRPG ever. Good to know. Frost says, I get all my news from the people on screen right now. Oh, and Craig too. STK says, Valnet's owned by one of the guys that started Brazers and P-Hub. Neon's done a lot of research into it. They aggressively take over websites. Interesting.
Weird.
Tomato says, stand up is the last American art alive. It's more and more important. Tim Dillon, Dave Chappelle, and more. You're wrong. Stand up is the last American art alive, dude. Not to mention Joe Rogan.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, there's still some stand-ups that don't really care about the rules of engagement that are levied at them. Dave Chappelle, a great example of that. But there's a lot of jokes I really enjoyed from comedians back in the day that you just don't see anymore because the landscape has shifted so far in the if you say something that a certain political party doesn't like, they will autistically attack your career and not let up until you see damages.
Spaz Badger has become a Plus member. Thank you very much.
Let's go.
Phoenix says, I used to pick up PC Gamer now and then back in the 90s and early 2K. Scarfy the Strange says, Protoclone bot reminds me of a Killer Instinct. Magnum North says, Kirsha also has a tendency to sit on face.
Look, some guys just have really nice faces.
Huh.
Mighty says, just in time for the puck Indian mess. Why don't Indians play soccer? Because every time they're in a corner, they open a store. Sly Eyes says, Kirsha, Asmongold, and Nux Taku were all on vacation at the same time the Pope passed. Not saying these are linked. It's a running joke in Nux's chat.
I do love the running joke that Asmon and I were on vacation together, even though it's not true. It's a great joke.
Dwight Power says, Vice's new headlines tomorrow. Nazi sympathizer. Kirsha admits to putting people in ovens.
I don't have enough easy bake ovens for this.
West says, people get fussy about words in the West while other countries are engaged in competitive racism.
True.
Ed says, Kirsha, what is wrong with rap music? Darth Vader listened to it on the Death Star.
What?
Andrew says, make slurs great again. Magnum says, Craig is not gay, he's just fabulous. B. Barrett says, who wins between HBO Snape versus 100 Death Eaters? Well, HBO Snape, obviously. Michael says, dad joke, wife told me vacation sex was the best. Worst postcard ever.
Oh no!
Oh no! Darth Milk says, between a stomach bug and the grad, yesterday was rough. Thanks for laughing fun. Well, I hope you feel better, man.
Let's go.
Oh, this one's for Craig to read.
Yes, Modest came in and says, "Hey, bada bing! Mamma mia, the Foxu is back. Isn't Bridge getting transformed to something else? I swear these commies are sneaky. Arrivederci, mi amicis, mozzarella, fettuccine amicis."
Nope.
Ravioli.
And this is why I loop so often on what Bridge is, because a lot of people are still just like, oh, Bridge is the new renaming. It is not a new renaming. It is the initiative in and of itself of all of the renamings. So Bridge is not transforming into anything.
Bullet Shepherd says, Foxu, I love you, and the hit job was fake and gay, but whoever used the Ku Klux Kirsche legit made me LOL.
Yeah, they keep trying to push that name. I think the better one they made up was like, they put KK Kirsche, and then they made 2 S's in the middle of my name, and I was like, this looks so dumb, and because it looks so dumb, it's hilarious.
Oh my god. Fucking people.
Yeah. You're correct. I don't know if we got this one. Became a YouTube member. Thank you very much.
We did, yes.
Definitely not a gator. Says, hello, Foxley. Tell them about the sour bait your detractors fell for.
We saw this earlier.
Why are they not clearing for me?
Let's go hear from Honey Badger.
All right. Honey Badger says, boobs. I mean, Kirsche. Hi.
I have those.
Lex says, Hat convinced me to join Plus. Originally was a Kirsche code and Nerd Duel. Love you, Kirsche.
Let's go.
Very much.
Yeah.
Shadow says, can 100 Kirsches take on a gorilla?
Bestiality is illegal, so I don't want to try.
Yeah. Slyrai says she has the Bostonian debuff. Pronunciations aren't her strong suit, but we appreciate the crazy fox lady anyway. Don't do the course. Or don't the course.
Do not. Yeah.
Rolanda says Blabs missing the original golf. Satoru Iwata's first game. I'm very disappointed. Too
Sorry,
bad.
Rolando.
That's too damn bad.
Welcome to the show.
Nick Tomato says, back in the day, lady, you're like 6 years older than me. What are you talking about? Stand up, it's in his name. Standing up and talking. It's American art. By the way, I'm German too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tomato.
Thanks, Nick.
Crumbs are crummy. I like that name. YouTube keeps censoring me. It won't let me say FW is a fun game. What the hell?
I don't know what FW is.
Bike Short says, for the Montez. And Game Hunter Series says, my bad, Craig. Destroyed. Sorry, Kirsche. My sisters are Nintendo PlayStation gamers. I'm cursed to never play PC. I got into gaming because of my parents when I was 4. I collect consoles and games ever since. Montez!
Let's go. All right.
Collection.
Yes. Okay, so we have another one from Tenarian who says, this is my 10th $10 donation today. May I request some pity boobs, please? May the Poppy Girl Blabs, maybe the Poppy Girl Blabs has whipped out a few times previously. Blabs, your call. You're muted. Blabs is muted. Blabs is still muted.
Anyway, I said only if Craig says Poppy's allowed to join.
Poppy may join today.
There she is.
There she is, the
Poppy.
Poppy Girl.
I'm Poppy.
Okay, thank you so much for your support, Tenarian. Really appreciate that today. I am Binary Mind says, keep speaking truth and rockin', Kirsche, Craig, and Blabs. Let's go. All right, we did get our next Montez goal today, which is outstanding. Kirsche, would you like to pick from Kirby, Earthbound, Double Dragon, or Ninja Turtles?
Dragon double penetration, go.
Okay.
Bitch.
That's fucking classic.
Like trash. I'm disappointed there weren't any dragons there though.
No. Double Dragons are the guys, and they're the Billy and Jimmy Lee. They're the guys who beat out the bad guys. If you know that game, that's actually really funny. And I love that her she goes Monte, and then she got punched in the stomach. That was good. All right, guys, we have had an excellent show today, and we genuinely appreciate your support. If you guys received any value from it, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Of course, hit the thumbs up button as well. We greatly appreciate that. And if you really, really like us, head over to sidescrollersplus.com. We have all sorts. It's like Side Scrollers Plus is like all of our other YouTube channels, which we don't have, put into one place. And so head over there and check out all the fun stuff we have going on over there. If you like to support Kirsche, you can. Use promo code FoxLady. If you like to support us, you can. Use promo code YouTube or Plus, or use those. That'll be great. All right. With that said, guys, you don't need to go anywhere. We are going directly over to Nerd Duel. It is a new show that we have going on. We're finishing up season 1 right now. Season 2 will be available over on Side Scrollers Plus, which is excellent. But we want you guys to preview it right now and enjoy the series for what it is. With that said, guys, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much, Upus, for popping in right there with the Double Dragon Classic. You know it, Bimmy and Jimmy. Have a great rest of your day. Kirsha, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Kirsha Verstal. I am closing in on 100,000 subscribers, and I promised people feet pics if that happens.
Ooh.
So if you want to see me embarrassed or if you like feet, either way. Either way.
All right.
I'm also on Twitter at Kirsha Verstal as well, so check me out there. People get very angry on Twitter.
It's the best. It's so good. All right, you guys have a great...
No.
What? Oh.
Okay. Zim over on Plus for the titties says, gonna need Kirsha center frame doing the voice with her mommy milkers, please and thanks. And you're welcome, chat. And that was $100.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wow. You want Kirsha doing that?
Yeah.
Doing voices?
Hang on. Let me do it again. Say mommy milkers.
Mommy milkers.
You know, maybe she is saying that. You never know.
I was hoping you wouldn't say anything so we could just use that entire clip moving forward and just replace that with Kirsha going, Mommy. Sorry. Mommy. Oh, wrong one. Damn it. There you go.
I mean, we could just edit out my voice and, like, at the very end.
Chat can't get enough of the mommy milkers.
Mommy milkers. Just use all my effects over here. All right. Fucking weird. What a weird ass show. I love when you're on, Kirsha. It's the best. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Don't go anywhere. You're going to go watch Nerd Duel. Hang out with us for another 30 minutes or so. We'll be live over there. You guys have a great rest of your day. And remember, if people are going to try to keep you down, don't let them. You guys got to go get it. See you guys later. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.